Some motorcycles turn heads, others turn profits. For Thieves, these 7 bikes are stolen more than most, and if yours is here, you're already a target. Stick around until the last one because it's probably sitting in more driveways and disappearing from more garages than you think.
Number 7. Triumph Bonneville T120. There is an undeniable pull to a motorcycle that marries heritage with effortless style, and the Bonneville captures that perfectly. It is the kind of bike you might spot on a quiet country lane at sunrise, its polished chrome catching the first light, ridden by someone who has owned it for decades. In a recent vintage motorcycle market report, the Bonneville ranked among the most sought-after modern classics, praised for holding its value while offering everyday rideability.
At its core, the 2100 cubic centimeter parallel twin produced a solid 80 horsepower and 77 pound-feet of torque, giving it confident acceleration without feeling unruly. Stopping power came from dual front discs, supported by an advanced anti-lock braking system, a feature one longtime rider called a game-changer in wet weather, noting how it inspired confidence in unpredictable conditions. Traditional telescopic forks up front and twin rear shocks kept the ride composed, while a wet weight of 570 pounds and a 31.1-inch seat height made it approachable yet commanding. With a starting price of $13,195, many owners praised it as a rare mix of prestige, comfort, and performance, with several reporting that it felt like a much more expensive machine on the road. One rider locked their Bonneville with both a chain and a disc lock outside a cafe. Thieves simply lifted it into a small trailer in broad daylight, pretending to be a tow service. Witnesses assumed it was a breakdown recovery. The bike was gone before the rider finished lunch. From its first release in the late 1950s, the Bonneville was never just another motorcycle. It was a statement piece, lean, purposeful, and built for the rider who values a direct connection to the road. Modern iterations keep the same unmistakable tank shape and polished engine cases, but under the skin lies contemporary engineering that offers smooth acceleration and a confident ride. This is the kind of motorcycle that catches the eye of enthusiasts and collectors alike, which means it also lands on the radar of those looking to profit from its desirability. In the wrong hands, its mix of heritage design and sought-after components becomes quick currency in underground markets.
Even with its classic silhouette, the Bonneville's charm is not limited to nostalgia. It is also a functional, everyday ride. Riders use it for commuting, weekend touring, and even light, long-distance travel, all while enjoying a design that never feels outdated. This practicality means it appeals to a wide audience, from seasoned veterans to new riders seeking style without excess complexity. That same broad appeal gives Thieves more potential buyers, ensuring that a stolen Bonneville can be sold whole or parted out quickly.
The allure of the Bonneville is not purely about nostalgia, it is about the freedom it represents. The low, comfortable seating, the balanced frame geometry, and the unpretentious style make it a bike that can slip seamlessly from a Sunday coffee run to a 200-mile coastal ride without missing a beat. Its parts are easy to move in the aftermarket world, and because it appeals to riders across multiple generations, demand for spares and restorations never seems to fade. That steady demand is exactly why it is so often targeted, quietly loaded into a van or trailer before an owner has even finished their morning routine. The next motorcycle on our list takes a very different approach, proving that sometimes sheer muscle and attitude are just as tempting to those with the wrong intentions. If you're enjoying this list so far, hit that like button. It lets me know you want more videos like this. Drop a comment below and tell me which motorcycle you think will take the #1 spot.
Number 6. Honda Shadow Phantom. In a world full of flashy motorcycles, the Shadow Phantom earns its respect the long way, mile after mile, year after year. It is the bike you see pulling out of a driveway on cold winter mornings, its owner bundled against the wind, trusting it to start without hesitation. A recent reliability survey from a leading motorcycle publication ranked the Phantom among the top in its class for long-term ownership satisfaction, with many riders reporting over 50,000 miles without major repairs.
Underneath its stripped-back, blacked-out design, the 745 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin delivered 44 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque, enough for smooth city cruising and relaxed weekend rides. Braking came from front and rear discs, supported by a full anti-lock braking system, which one rider praised as the difference between a close call and a crash during an unexpected downpour. A front telescopic fork and rear dual shocks handled the ride, while its 543-pound wet weight and low 25.8-inch seat height made it approachable for a wide range of riders. Starting at $8,399, several owners noted how it felt stable and predictable, making it a go-to choice for both new riders and those returning to motorcycling after years away. A rider left a Shadow Phantom chained to a parking post overnight in a busy city. In the morning, the post itself had been unbolted from the ground and the bike was gone. The chain was still intact, lying where the post had been. The Shadow Phantom has long been a go-to for riders who want cruiser comfort without breaking the bank. It is easy to handle, low to the ground, and built with a relaxed riding posture that encourages long stretches on the road. Its stealthy look, matte paint, blacked engine casings, and minimal chrome gives it an understated presence that appeals to practical-minded riders. Unfortunately, that same blend of affordability and accessibility also makes it a tempting target for thieves. A Shadow Phantom can be moved quickly, hidden in plain sight, and sold without drawing as much attention as flashier machines. Parts like its fuel tank, fenders, and engine components are compatible across multiple years, making them valuable in the used market. For the Shadow Phantom, its widespread presence on the road is both a strength and a weakness. Riders choose it for its approachable size, dependable performance, and low operating costs, making it a trusted companion for years. But that same familiarity means it rarely stands out, allowing a stolen one to blend in unnoticed. Its mechanical simplicity also makes it easy for less skilled thieves to strip down for parts, turning an honest rider's workhorse into a quick payday for the wrong hands. More than just a set of wheels, the Shadow Phantom represents a kind of quiet freedom. It is the bike you can take through winding back roads one day and commute to work the next without complaint. The engine delivers steady torque that pulls cleanly through the rev range, while the low seat and balanced chassis keep the ride predictable even for less experienced hands. Because these motorcycles are so common, a stolen one can blend into the crowd with little suspicion, making recovery difficult. For opportunistic thieves, that combination of availability, interchangeability, and reliability is a near-perfect formula. In many ways, the Shadow Phantom's greatest strength, its ability to be everything to everyone, also puts it at greater risk. Riders park them outside overnight, confident in the machine's sturdiness but sometimes less mindful of its vulnerability. Thieves notice that trust and they take advantage. The next entry on this list shifts away from understated cruisers and into the realm of raw performance, where aggressive styling and unfiltered speed make it an entirely different kind of prize. Before we get to the next bike, a quick word. Every motorcycle on this list is worth protecting. I've linked the locks, covers, and riding gear I trust in the description. They won't make your bike invisible, but they will make it a much harder target.
Number 5. Yamaha F. Z09 and MT09. There are motorcycles that make a statement before the key even turns, and the FZ09, later renamed the MT09, is one of them. It is built with an aggressive stance, sharp bodywork, and a power delivery that demands attention. Beneath its aggressive styling, the 847 cubic centimeter inline 3 produced 115 horsepower and 64 pound-feet of torque, delivering what many owners called a perfect mix of smooth and savage. Braking came via dual discs up front and a single rear disc with a full anti-lock braking system that riders praised for its predictable, confidence-inspiring feel. Adjustable inverted front forks paired with a rear monoshock kept handling sharp and composed even when pushed hard. At a wet weight of 425 pounds with a 32.3-inch seat height, riders often noted it felt light on its feet in city traffic but planted on sweeping back roads. Starting at $9,999, several buyers saw it as superbike-level fun without the superbike-level cost. One rider locked their MT-09 with a heavy-duty chain through the rear wheel. Thieves removed the wheel entirely, replaced it with a spare they'd brought, and rode away. The stolen wheel, and later the rest of the bike, appeared for sale in separate ads within days. From the moment it was introduced, the FZ09 disrupted the middleweight naked bike segment. It offered thrilling acceleration and responsive handling at a price that undercut much of its competition. The engine's broad, torquey curve and lightweight frame made it equally comfortable carving through mountain roads or slicing through city traffic. That combination of speed, agility, and affordability gave it a loyal following and put it on the radar of those who see motorcycles not as machines to ride, but as assets to move quickly for profit. This familiarity with casual parking is exactly what makes them easy marks for thieves who recognize a low-risk opportunity. Because so many examples share identical components, stolen parts can be moved quickly to repair accident-damaged bikes or feed the customization market. In the wrong hands, its dependable nature becomes the very reason it disappears so easily. The FZ09 also has a reputation for raw, unfiltered riding that appeals to a younger, more aggressive demographic, a group often targeted by sellers looking for high turnover. For a thief, this means a stolen bike can be sold in pieces: wheels, brakes, body panels, and especially the engine, for a steady return. It is light enough to be lifted into a van by two people and small enough to hide in a standard garage without attracting unwanted attention. Its popularity in both urban and rural areas makes it blend in with traffic and parked bikes, giving thieves more time before anyone realizes it is gone. Part of what makes the FZ09 such a tempting prize is its balance of practicality and excitement. Riders can use it for commuting during the week and still have a track-capable machine on weekends. It has the kind of versatility that keeps resale demand high, even for older models. For those with criminal intent, it offers a perfect storm: high desirability, a manageable size, and a ready market for every component. The next entry takes us back into the cruiser world, but this time with a machine that blends heritage design and modern performance in a way that keeps it firmly in a thief's sights. Number 4. Indian Scout Bobber. Some motorcycles turn every ride into a statement, and the Scout Bobber does it without raising its voice. Low, muscular, and unapologetically stripped down, it carries the kind of stance that tells you it belongs both on the boulevard and tearing down a back road. Framed by its chopped fenders and slammed stance, the 1133 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin delivered 100 horsepower and 72 pound-feet of torque, giving it a strong, immediate pull that several owners described as effortless power on tap. Braking was handled by front and rear discs, supported by a full anti-lock braking system, which riders praised for remaining steady even in wet or uneven road conditions. A telescopic front fork paired with dual rear shocks offered a ride that many said was surprisingly smooth for such an aggressive-looking machine. With a wet weight of 554 pounds and a low 25.6-inch seat height, riders often commented on its easy maneuverability at low speeds. Starting at $13,999, some owners summed it up as custom bike attitude without custom bike headaches. The Scout Bobber is more than a motorcycle. It is a design exercise in attitude. By shaving off chrome, lowering the profile, and emphasizing dark finishes, it delivers a factory custom look without the need for aftermarket modification. That aesthetic has earned it a loyal following, particularly among riders who want the silhouette of a classic American bike but prefer modern reliability and braking performance. Unfortunately, that loyalty extends to those who view it as a quick way to make money. Thieves know its parts, especially tanks, wheels, and engine cases, are in demand from custom builders who are eager to work with a proven platform. What makes the Scout Bobber a target is not just its visual impact, but its broad appeal. It bridges the gap between vintage and modern,
pulling in younger riders who want aggressive style and older riders who appreciate American heritage. On the open road, the bike delivers smooth acceleration and steady torque that invites long pulls between stops. In the wrong hands, those same traits translate to an easily moved asset with a resale market that spans multiple age groups and riding styles. Its compact frame makes it easier to load into a trailer or van, and its popularity means stolen units can be disguised with minimal effort. A rider parked a Scout Bobber outside a concert venue with both a steering lock and disc lock in place. Security footage later showed two people carrying it up a short flight of stairs into the back of a van, while a third blocked the view with an oversized jacket. The locks were still attached when police recovered the empty frame weeks later. For the FZ09, its blend of lightweight and explosive power makes it especially attractive to thrill seekers and to thieves who know exactly who will buy it. Many stolen examples are not immediately dismantled. Instead, they are resold intact to riders eager for performance at a bargain. Its agility allows it to be ridden away quickly in crowded areas, and its high turnover in private sales makes tracing ownership difficult. Once it changes hands, recovery becomes a near impossible task. The enduring draw of the Scout Bobber comes from its balance of form and function. It has the raw, mechanical feel of a mid-century machine, but without the compromises in braking or reliability that often come with true vintage iron. That balance ensures its value holds steady, whether sold as a complete bike or broken down into sought-after components. For riders, it is a source of pride. For thieves, it is an opportunity they will not hesitate to seize. The next entry shifts the focus from this low-slung powerhouse to a compact and legendary machine that has been a rite of passage for generations, proving that even the smallest cruisers can cast a long shadow in the eyes of those looking for an easy score. Number 3. Harley-Davidson Sportster 883. Few motorcycles have managed to carve out an identity as enduring as the Sportster 883. For decades, it has served as both a gateway into Harley ownership and a canvas for custom builders looking to craft something truly personal. Tucked beneath its iconic peanut-shaped tank, the air-cooled 883 cubic centimeter Evolution V Twin produced 49 horsepower and 53 pound-feet of torque, giving it a steady, classic cruiser pull that many owners described as pure Harley feel. Braking came from front and rear discs, supported by a full anti-lock braking system, which several riders credited with saving more than one close call during sudden stops in wet conditions. A front telescopic fork paired with rear coilover shocks delivered a ride that owners often called firm but forgiving, handling potholes and uneven roads without beating up the rider. With a wet weight of 564 pounds and a seat height of 29.9 inches, shorter riders praised its manageable stance, while seasoned Harley fans saw it as a dependable entry-level gateway into the brand's world. One that, as one rider put it, felt like a real Harley from the first twist of the throttle. The Sportster 883 earned its reputation through simplicity, durability, and versatility. Riders have taken them across the country through busy city streets and down winding back roads without the machine ever feeling out of place. That adaptability means the bike holds steady resale value and ensures that parts are always in demand. From the air cleaner covers to the fenders, nearly every piece can be swapped, sold, or repurposed, making it an appealing target for anyone in the business of parting out stolen bikes. One Sportster owner kept the bike in a locked storage unit with a camera pointing at the door. Thieves jammed the camera signal, cut the lock, and had the bike out in minutes. Investigators said parts like tanks and fenders often vanish into swap meets before the theft is even reported. The Sportster's long production history also plays into its vulnerability. With so many on the road spanning multiple decades, replacement parts are always in demand for repairs, restorations, and custom builds. Thieves know that even a heavily damaged or incomplete example can be profitable once broken down. Its relatively simple mechanical systems mean it does not take specialized knowledge to disassemble, and this ease of work makes it a quick turnaround target for anyone looking to make fast money from stolen motorcycles. The Sportster 883 is more than an entry-level Harley. It is a symbol. Many riders see it as their first step into the Harley family, and it often stays in the garage long after newer machines arrive because of its sentimental value. For that reason, thefts of these bikes can sting deeper, taking not just a ride but a personal milestone. While its modest power and approachable size make it friendly to new riders, they also make it manageable for thieves to handle and relocate. The next motorcycle on this list leaves behind the compact, nimble profile of the Sportster for a touring heavyweight that commands presence on the highway and an equally commanding price tag in the black market. Number 2. Harley-Davidson Street Glide. Among touring motorcycles, few carry the unmistakable presence of the Street Glide. Its wide batwing fairing, integrated saddlebags, and low-slung stance combine to create a machine built for both long-distance travel and undeniable curb appeal. Sitting at the heart of the frame, the Milwaukee 8 114 V-twin, displacing 1868 cubic centimeters, delivers 94 horsepower and 118 pound-feet of torque, giving it the kind of low-end surge riders describe as effortless even two-up. Braking is handled by dual front discs and a single rear disc, all managed by a full anti-lock braking system that many owners say has saved my hide more than once during sudden stops on unpredictable roads. A front dual-bending valve telescopic fork works alongside rear emulsion shocks to keep the ride stable even when fully loaded. Weighing in at 825 pounds with a seat height of 26.1 inches, riders praise its ability to feel planted but never cumbersome in traffic. Priced from $24,999, many owners see it as a premium step-up that earns its keep with long-distance comfort and dependable touring performance. The Street Glide has earned its place as one of the most popular touring bikes on American roads by offering a perfect blend of comfort, storage, and signature Harley style. Long-haul riders appreciate its smooth power delivery, roomy saddlebags, and stable handling at highway speeds. Yet its popularity is precisely what makes it a target. Thieves know there is a strong market for both complete machines and individual parts. Items like the saddlebags, fairing, and infotainment systems can be removed quickly and sold for substantial sums, especially among owners looking for replacements after damage or upgrades. There is also the matter of prestige. The Street Glide is often a milestone purchase for riders, representing years of work, saving, and anticipation. Owning one signals that a rider has stepped into the upper tier of the touring world, and that makes it highly desirable not only for enthusiasts, but for those looking to profit from its image. In the wrong hands, a stolen example can be disguised with minimal changes. Swapping paint, altering exhaust systems, or removing identifying features to make it nearly untraceable. For organized theft rings, the Street Glide is a top-tier prize, valuable both at home and abroad. A rider parked a Street Glide at a hotel during a multi-day rally using both a disc lock and a GPS tracker. Thieves towed the bike into an enclosed trailer that blocked the tracker's signal. By the time the signal reappeared, the bike was across the state with its saddlebags and fairing already removed. Part of its enduring appeal is how well it balances power and comfort without losing that unmistakable Harley character. The Milwaukee 8 114 delivers strong acceleration even when fully loaded, while the bike's low center of gravity makes it surprisingly manageable in parking lots or slow traffic. Riders trust it to carry them across states and through all kinds of weather, which means they often load it with expensive accessories, another reason it draws unwanted attention. Protecting a machine like this takes more than just a steering lock. It demands layered security, careful parking choices, and vigilance. While the Street Glide stands as a symbol of open road freedom and long-haul comfort, it also reminds us that prestige comes with responsibility. The final motorcycle on our list takes a different path. Less about luxury touring and more about stripped-down American power, yet it carries the same magnetic pull for riders and thieves alike. Before we get to the final motorcycle, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you never miss the next list that could help protect your ride or reveal something you did not know about your own motorcycle.
Number 1. Harley-Davidson Softail Standard. Simplicity can be powerful, and the Softail Standard proves it with every mile. Stripped of unnecessary frills, it delivers pure Harley character in a form that is light, agile, and unmistakably American. At its core, the Milwaukee 8 107.4 V-twin, displacing 1,745 cubic centimeters, delivers 87 horsepower and 110 pound-feet of torque, providing what many riders describe as smooth, usable power that feels strong without being intimidating. Braking is handled by front and rear discs paired with a full anti-lock braking system. An upgrade several owners say adds peace of mind when the road turns slick or unpredictable. The chassis uses a telescopic front fork and a rear monoshock, offering a mix of stability and comfort that riders often call easy to live with even on longer rides. With a wet weight of 655 pounds and a seat height of 25.8 inches, it suits a broad range of riders. Priced from $14,499, many view it as a reliable, straightforward cruiser that delivers exactly what it promises. The Softail Standard embodies the idea of a blank canvas, ready to ride as it is, yet open to endless customization. That versatility makes it a favorite among riders who want a reliable base for their vision, whether that means chrome-loaded showpieces, stripped bobbers, or long-haul cruisers. Its straightforward mechanical layout keeps maintenance simple, and the powerful Milwaukee 8 107.4 ensures that even in stock form it pulls hard and holds steady on the highway. This balance of affordability, performance, and adaptability also puts it squarely on the radar for thieves, who know its parts and frame can be transformed quickly into something unrecognizable. Unlike more elaborate touring models, the Softail Standard can disappear into a garage or warehouse without attracting suspicion. Its smaller profile makes it easier to transport, and its popularity means there is always a steady stream of buyers for engines, frames, and accessories. Many of its core components are interchangeable with other Harley models in the Softail family, giving stolen parts a wider market. For organized theft operations, this translates into faster sales and fewer obstacles when disguising the bike's origins. The Softail Standard's straightforward construction makes it one of the easiest big twins to modify, which is exactly why it draws so much attention from thieves. With minimal effort, stolen examples can be transformed with aftermarket parts, repainted and fitted with different accessories to disguise their origins. Its popularity with both entry-level and experienced Harley riders ensures a constant demand for frames, motors, and bodywork, giving criminals multiple avenues for quick profit once the bike has been taken and altered. One Softail Standard was stolen from a workplace parking lot during daylight hours. Thieves arrived in a van marked with fake motorcycle transport decals, loaded the bike in under a minute, and drove away without anyone questioning them. Security guards assumed it was a legitimate pickup. What truly drives the demand for the Softail Standard is its timeless appeal. It speaks to riders who value the essentials: a strong motor, a comfortable riding position, and a frame that feels right the moment you throw a leg over it. On the open road, it offers the classic Harley rumble without unnecessary weight, making it as enjoyable in city traffic as it is on a weekend escape. For experienced riders, it is a return to basics. For new Harley owners, it is an introduction to the brand's heritage. In both cases, it becomes a bike worth holding onto, and that value does not go unnoticed by those with less honest intentions. If you found this list helpful, take a moment to protect more than just your motorcycle. Protect your knowledge. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video that could save you money, time, or heartache. Share this with a fellow rider who needs to see it before it is too late. And if your bike made the list, tell me in the comments what you do to keep it safe. Ride smart, stay alert, and keep it yours.